Hello, my name is Dan Marr. I've been an attorney at Hamlin Kerrigan in Nashua, New Hampshire for 35 years and been practicing both New Hampshire and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for decades. So I'm here today to talk to you about defending gift manipulation claims. A gift manipulation claim is when somebody is saying to you, you took advantage of mom, dad, uncle, somebody you were caregiving, whatever the situation was, and you got, as a result of that, you got a gift either during their life called inter vivos gift, or you got a gift during their death. You were left something in the will or trust that you should have gotten, or maybe you got an uneven distribution compared to your siblings because of a claim, at least from their perspective or their assertion, is that you did something wrong, or you took by taking advantage. Gift manipulation is that. Two ways that people talk about gift manipulation. One, they say the person doesn't have the mental capacity to make the decision, or there's undue influence. Those are generally the two ways they're dealt with. Sometimes there can be some allegations of fraud that the person didn't know what they were signing, but usually the two circumstances are they're saying mom or dad didn't know what they were doing when they were signing this document, or they were subjected to undue influence. Let's talk first about gift manipulation by mental competency. Mental competency is basically saying she didn't know what she was signing. She didn't understand who her children were. Maybe if she was signing a will, she didn't know that. It's the sad situation when you come in as the daughter and they think you're the spouse. They're that bad in mental capacity. They don't understand what their assets are. Perhaps they don't understand who their children are, or really understanding all those things. That's the level of gift manipulation where there's mental incompetency. They can't enter into any contracts because they just don't have the ability to do that. One, that has to deal with when they're signing the contract. You could have a situation with somebody all know from a nursing home that they could be even hallucinating at one part of the day and be competent the next part of the day. If they're signing the documents when they're competent, that's not enough. So you have to deal with that issue. And I find that getting around the facts on that matters a lot. Undue influence is the broader argument that's usually raised, that you took advantage of mom or dad, or as a caregiver you took advantage of somebody. And in those situations, it's you basically you took over their free will. They didn't have a choice in the matter. Maybe you were the only one that was getting them groceries. You were the only contact with the outside world. You were maybe making threats that if it wasn't for you, they'd be in a nursing home, and they don't want to go into a nursing home, so they want to live at home, and they feel that they're compelled to do what you want them to do. And therefore that's undue influence. You're usurping, you're taking over their free will. That is a allegation that can be fought, and I fought those. I had a 5-day trial on one of those where I was successful in those in defending against one of those cases, and I've done also ones in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. So in that type of case, what you want to do in defending that is you want to really get into not only the medical records of the situation, but you really want to get into what's going on in that person's mind, the donor's mind, during this property. There's certainly influence in any gifts. Mom, dad, or person that's being taken care of thinks more fondly of somebody sometimes, and they're being influenced by that. Somebody can influence me what I'm having for breakfast, but or because I'm really good with somebody, they want to leave me something. But that's influence, but it's not undue influence. So there's the issue of whether or not you usurped or took away their free will. Finding out if they're in a 55 and over community, if they walk the dogs, you certainly want to find out. You have much more neighbors to talk to, because when they're walking around, they get to talk to people, and you get to know that. You want to know if there's the neighbors next door, if there's a caregiver there, and the caregiver is the one who's being charged with gift manipulation. Were they fighting all the time? Were they getting along every time when they saw them out in the hallways and stuff? Did the donor, the person who's giving the gift, seem to know what they were doing, or were they just saying, yes, whatever you say, just capitulating to whatever it was saying? Did they have a strong opinion? Maybe they also had a strong opinion about the person that's making the claim. I had a situation where I had a daughter saying that the caregiver was manipulating the dad but she lived in the town over for 4 years. 4 years. She never came in and checked on him to see if the caregiver was taking advantage, because she didn't think even close to a question that he was being taken advantage of, and that was proven at trial, and we were able to deal with that. So if facts matter, medical records also deal with it, but when I get into these cases, I really dive into the facts as well as the law, and I can help. If you have a situation like this, you can contact me at 603-883-5501, Dan Marr at 603-883-5501, or you can contact our website at nashwallaw.com, or it's hamker.com. Both of those come up to our website. Look forward to the opportunity to work with you if the opportunity arises. Again, Dan Marr. Thank you.